And I asked God to show me a sign that I'm supposed to let it go. You want me to give it up? What? Okay, God. This morning I prayed for a sign that I'm seen and that my work matters. Oh God, I was not planning on crying again. My Lord. I've been struggling with direction for what feels like forever. Maybe it's only been maybe 3 years. If you don't know, hi, my name is Michaela Pabone. I am the owner, founder, designer of Dressed in Joy, which is a clothing line for women. And I had really, really, really great success early on. Now, mind you, I do all this myself. I design, market, create content, post content, ship, respond to emails, respond to DMs, respond to like all of it. I'm doing it all myself and have been doing it all myself for most of the time. I had a couple of years where my husband was helping out a little bit, but for the most part, it's been me. Um, so for the first couple of years, so I started the business in like November 2019, and it was kind of like the side hustle thing because I had a full-time job, and wasn't really sure if it could be anything, honestly. So it was just kind of like something I did on the side. I enjoyed it, and eventually it just kind of got busier and busier. Like more people really wanted what I was selling, and this was, let's say, November 2019. Then COVID hit in March. People were home on their phones. Everybody was shopping. Everybody, had plenty of money at home. Like, it was just, you had a lot of people's attention around that time. And so my business flourished in 2020, like so many others. 2020, 2021, even up to 2022, like things were going so great to the point where like mid 2022, I had an NBA commercial during the NBA finals. They profiled my business. I had a company reach out to me that wanted to basically buy my business from me because we were doing so well on Shopify, like crazy numbers. Company reached out, wanted to buy the business, and now I think about it, I'm like, oh, I should have done that. But it was just, it was great, right? And so then 2023 is when I started to see the slow decline start. And it's been just really hard since then. So 2023, 2024 was really hard. And then 2025, it just got even harder. And this year is probably going to be worse than 20. Well, I'm not even going to say that. It's March and we're not doing great so far. But part of that is because I'm so worn out from doing everything that I've just slowed down to almost nothing right now. And I said all that to say, basically, to set up the story of where I am right now and what happened earlier this week. So, for the past 3 to 4 months, I've just been thinking about letting it go altogether. Just business is done, it's dissolved. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it's just too much to try and do all of it. Because on top of having my business Dressed in Joy, I also have my personal account where I do influencer work. So I have to create content to attract brands and then create content for brands to make money. And I'm also a wife and I'm also a mom of two, and I'm also like holding down the home, and there's just a lot on my plate. And it felt like Dressed in Joy was something that I could let go of, or something that, could fall by the wayside because everything else was just felt so much more important. Um, So this was maybe 3 weeks ago in deep prayer. And I asked God to show me a sign that I'm supposed to let it go. Show me a sign that I'm supposed to let it go. Because this is what I'm feeling. And if it's okay to let it go, just show me and let me know that it's okay. And I said, I want to see an orange car, which I probably should have said something more like out there, because I feel like orange cars, I don't know if you can hear this fire truck going by. I have on my mic. But anyway, I probably should have picked something more outrageous than an orange car, but that's like the first thing that came to mind. Now, I drive the same way home every single day, every day from my office. And I was driving down the street, and what do I see? Maybe 3 minutes from my house is an orange car. And hey, please keep it down. Go in your rooms and keep it down, please. This is filming at home during spring break, so yay. So lo and behold, 3 minutes from home, I see this orange car, and my heart sank like, you want me to give it up? You want me to let it go? And I sat with that, and then honestly, the next morning, I felt okay with that. I felt okay with the idea of letting it go. But part of me was just like, well, maybe I need to just let it go for now. Maybe it's just, I need to take a break. So that's kind of what I had been going back and forth with. Like, maybe I just need to take a break. And so I decided, okay, yes, a break feels good in my body. It feels like that's something I can handle, and something that would give me a little bit of relief of a tiny bit of stress that I'm holding from that, like a tiny bit of relief from that stress of doing this other thing. So I decided, okay, at the end of the month, which was March, at the end of the month, I'm going to just take everything off, and only what I have in stock and I can ship out immediately is what's going to be available, and nothing more. So I felt good about that. I still feel good about that. It is April 2nd right now, and everything's off the site. Only what's currently available that I can ship out immediately is on the site right now, and I feel very good about that. I don't feel stressed about that. And having that small amount of stress that is lifted definitely helps. However, Christian, I need you both to keep your voices down, please. Again, filming at home during spring break. This is why I like to film in my office. Anyway, so yeah, having that little bit of stress relieved does feel better. But I was, what day was this? Monday morning this week, so March 30th. I got up to work out early. Got up at like 5:30, did my workout. And when I was in the shower, I said a prayer. I feel like in the shower is when I get my good prayers in and my good manifestations and like meditations in the shower. So I was praying in the shower, and I said, God, I just need a sign that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm on the right path, that I'm still seen, that I'm still cared for by you, that my work matters. Like, I need to know that. Send me a sign. And I didn't ask for specifics. I didn't, give a specific direction. I need to see this. I just asked for a sign, like show me that I'm still seen, that you still see me, that you're still going to take care of me, that you still, um, that what I do still matters. So got out the shower, went about my day, getting the kids ready for school, and we walk usually. The last couple weeks we have been running late. My daughter, takes her time in the morning, so sometimes I have to drive, and we only live 3 blocks from the school, but um, I don't want to be too late, so sometimes I'll just end up driving just to make sure that she gets there at a decent time when she, takes her time in the morning. But this morning we got out on time and we're walking to school, and I hear a cardinal. And they have a very, very distinct song. And I know this because there used to be a cardinal that would always visit. When I lived in Chicago, my room was upstairs in the attic, and I don't remember there being a tree. No, there's no tree in front of our house, so I don't know where this cardinal was, but I heard him all the time, the same song. And we were in the middle of a block, and I hear the sound, and I'm like, oh wow, there's a cardinal. And so I tell my daughter, I'm like, this is the sound, and I sing it to her. That's how it sounds. So I told her, I'm like, listen for that, because that's the cardinal. So we're walking, and she hears it. She's like, oh, there it is. I hear it again. And so literally the entire second half of that block, we hear the cardinal, like it was following us. That's how it was, like loud the entire time. And then there's buildings and, homes and stuff on this side. So then we cross the street, we get to the next block, and then it's even louder. So she just looks up, like literally just one look up, and she's like, oh, there it is. It was across the street in a tree, a bare tree, and there was no building there. So you could see the tree directly because it was like in the backyard. So you can see the tree directly, and you can see the bird just sitting there perched perfectly. I mean, like it was just waiting there for us to see him. And I promise you, after we saw it, I did not hear that song anymore. It was like, that was it. So my first thought wasn't, oh, this is my sign. It was just like, oh, wow, that's really cool. I love cardinals. Just took me back to living in Chicago and living in the house and hearing the cardinal sing. And so we're walking, and it like slowly started to hit me like, oh shoot, cardinals are like messengers from heaven. And that's what people say, that they're messengers from heaven, and they're here to remind you that you are still seen, that you are still loved. And I was just like, I had to think about it. And then on my way home, listen for the cardinal, did not hear it on my walk home after dropping her off. Then I looked it up again just to make sure I was right about the message that cardinals bring when they visit you. And I was right. So it's like, wow, okay, God, thank you. Thank you for my sign. And it, made me a little bit emotional. Go on with my day, get into my office. And I had a DM from a customer who was waiting on an order. And it like completely slipped my mind because she's somebody she had placed an order, and then something happened with that one. She was like, oh no, don't worry about it. Let me switch to something else. So we switched to something else. She paid a little bit extra for that something else. And then my whole freaking factory shut down for a couple months, and I haven't been able to get that order to her, but I thought she was on the list of people that I had emailed, and apparently she wasn't. So I apologized, like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were in this list of customers that I emailed about the factory shutdown. Apparently you were not. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to get you a refund. Um, just give me a day, give it, a few days to process. She emailed me back immediately. And she said, Michaela, I know how difficult it is. It was DM, sorry. She's like, I know how difficult it is for small businesses and refunds. She's like, don't worry about the refund. She said, keep it. I know you're good for it. And she was like, when the pants are available again, let me know and I will rebuy them. She's like, I love your clothes. I love everything you do. And just know that I'm proud of you. What? Okay, God. I hear you. Thank you. Another DM from a customer basically saying the same thing, like, I love what you do and, please keep going. Just more confirmation, more messages of confirmation from people that don't know me, but they love my brand and they love how they feel in my clothes. And that just was like, wow, okay, thank you. This is what I needed to hear. And so it made me feel very affirmed in my work, and what I do. So, I had a few orders to ship out. So I get those packaged up, and it was late when I was leaving. So maybe about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm going to UPS to drop these packages off that I had to ship out. So I get to UPS and the line was long. The self-service thing where you can just scan your packages and go, that was broken. So everybody's waiting in line. There was maybe like 8 people in front of me in this line. And my initial thought was, I'm just going to go because I had left my phone in the car. I didn't pay the meter. And I'm like watching, making sure meter maids aren't coming by to give tickets out. I'm like standing there by the door. I'm like, I should just go. I should just go. And something just kept telling me to stay. Just stay in this line. It's fine. Stay in the line. It's fine. You need to get these orders out. So I stayed in the line, and I was at least there for 20 minutes waiting for my turn. And it wasn't that I needed my phone to like bide my time. I just would have needed it to pay the meter. That was my main thing. Like, I thought I was just going to be in and out. So I didn't think I needed my phone to like. Anyway, so I dropped my packages and I'm walking out the door, and I get to the door with my hand on the door. And this woman, as I'm walking out, she goes, "Oh my gosh, I love your stuff." And I turned around and I put my hand over my heart, and I'm like, wow, thank you. And she was like, that grandma sofa coat, I love it so much. I cannot wait to get it next year. She's like, I just love everything you do. Your clothes are so beautiful. Random person who had no idea what I was going through that day, what I had prayed for. So I had to turn back around, and I went back over to her and I said, I have to tell you something. Before that, actually, she told me to keep going. Those were the words she said. She said, keep going because I love what you do. So I went over her and I was like, I have to tell you that this morning I prayed for a sign that I'm seen and that my work matters. Oh God, I was not planning on crying again. My Lord. And she was like, you're gonna have me in this UPS crying, because I'm tearing up telling her the story. And she was like, she's like, well, I'm glad that I can give you that message. I'm glad you were here so I could give you that message. And she said, I got the same message yesterday. She said, somebody told me to keep going. And I said, well, thank you for paying it forward, because it's definitely one that I prayed for today. And I think I get in the car and I'm thinking about it like, wow, I almost left. I almost left the store and didn't get that third confirmation. 3 confirmations in one day that my prayers are being heard. And I feel like I've been waking up in the morning with a different energy, because I know it's like, it's easy to feel constantly defeated when things aren't going your way. But what does that help? Like, what does that help when you're constantly feeling defeated and you're constantly thinking that things aren't going to work out? Like, that's not the energy you need, or the energy that helps you to move forward. So I've been waking up with the energy that, like, my work matters, what I do matter, what I say matters. Like, it's important. It may seem frivolous to some, it's just clothes to some people, but to other people, like, this is something that helps them feel like themselves. This is something that helps them, come out of the shell that maybe they had lived in for a while. So I just wanted to share that message of encouragement to you as well. Pay it forward to you that sometimes it does feel like we're forgotten. But it's just a season. It's just a season. I know that. I know that this is just a rough season, and that things will get better. And I have to really, really believe it and trust that in order to get out of this season. So that's what I encourage you to do as well, is to trust that you're not forgotten, that you are seen, and that you and your work matter. So keep putting it out there, and yeah, keep putting it out there, keep pushing forward, because we're going to get out of this season together, girl. All right, I'll see y'all next time.